Good evening. This is Dr. Ali Muhammad, Chief General Commander of the Revolutionary Black Panther Party. It's very unfortunate today that I'm speaking to the press under circumstances that we are. For those who are aware, the Revolutionary Black Panther Party has been under massive illegal intimidation, illegal operations and activities, apparently carried out by law enforcement in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We did a human rights tribunal December 17th of 2016. In that human rights tribunal, we cited the city, the state, the county, as well as the police department and the sheriff's department with crimes against humanity, genocide for people of African descent in the state of Wisconsin and in the city of Milwaukee. Now, in doing that, we also followed that by an armed march against terrorism and genocide carried out by agents of the state known as law enforcement. And in essence, in reference to one of the most common cited statistics for children, every 28 hours in this country, people of African descent are victims of genocide, crimes against humanity by law enforcement. So in essence, we did that. Following that, there was a heightened level of intimidation, a heightened level of what is, in clear understanding, radical terrorism, radical police terrorism, radical police extremism against the Revolutionary Black Panther Party. This led up to December the 28th, where we were doing a food program, and there were only 8 Panthers present, just 8, including elders, children, but 8. And we were just feeding the community as we do. Our objective and mission is to feed, clothe, shelter, train, and defend the community. We're not about violence. We're against terrorism, and that's our objectives. And so law enforcement approached us. They told three different stories for the reason why they were there, which is also recorded, and then eventually led to them assaulting, attacking, hitting, and intimidating, unlawfully taking weapons and violating our Constitution, civil and human rights that day. Then, as we did a press conference the 29th, they heightened their level of activity. Armored vehicles, frisking, racial epithets. We don't need the Revolutionary Black Panther in our city. We're going to run you out of here. Telling people in the community and business owners not to associate with us because it'll be bad for them and bad for their business. People have come in to fill out applications and even join the party, spoke to other members in the party, allegedly stating that they were working as operatives and informants for the Milwaukee Police Department and trying to get them involved. And a lot of weird activity has happened in the party, for example, character assassination, family things being said to people's family members, disruption, confusion, things being stolen, all sorts of things have happened. To the point to where we did an armed activity in Wilmington, North Carolina, and people from this state, those who have been stated as apparent agents and operatives of the police department, carried a stolen gun to that activity, knowing the possibility and probability of an illegal seizure there, because across the country, it seems like it's an issue with black people being armed, with Black Panthers being armed, even if we are being lawful. So while we were there, and guns were confiscated illegally by Wilmington people, and we currently have litigation against them for that. And they made it clear that they didn't care. The district attorney made it clear he didn't care what the law said, that if we came to arms, we were going to jail. But making a long story short, one of the guns that was confiscated was a stolen gun from Milwaukee, allegedly with a body on it. And the 2 operatives who brought it, left town that day. So these are the kind of activities we've been dealing with, which is like 2017 COINTELPRO activities, not excluding everything that's actually in the intent to sue in the lawsuit that we're doing. It's a very serious thing. It's unfortunate that we have to even speak about this in 2017. The church committee hearings in the 1970s dealt with the matters of COINTELPRO. But what we're doing here is we're setting a precedent. What happened to Occupy Wall Street? What happens to Black Lives Matter and other groups where there is intimidation, harassment blatantly by uniformed police officers, and in other ways by plainclothes police officers, operatives and informants must stop because it is illegal activity if there's no criminal activity going on. And we are not criminals. We are against crime and violence, and it's illegal on their part. The intimidation and the actions that have been done to us, the frisking, the racial epithets. One incident was at S&S liquor store, where I had previously that day stated that I'll be there that evening. As some members went there, also as patrons, waiting for me to arrive. They were approached by Milwaukee Police Department. They were threatened at gunpoint, and that is also on video. The store owner came to court with the loitering, before they got a loitering ticket, being in the vehicle. Store owner came to court. So I didn't call, and he made it clear. So this is documented, court documents, or whatever's there in the court. I guess whatever the stenographer put there. States clearly that the Milwaukee police in his store stated that they wanted to do serious bodily harm to me and to the Panthers that were outside, to the Revolutionary Black Panther Party members. He said this, and I guess them assuming that he was an enemy to us because we had disagreements with him over the fact that so many murders and death was taking place in front of his store, for him to do something about that. But it's something that he himself couldn't even live with and wouldn't continue with, and he did that. So he's also, in essence, a witness in the context. But as many have received the information, as far as the all is concerned, one of the most important parts of it is the harassment, stalking, and profiling, and being targeted. The harms that have taken place to our image, our character, and in essence, in the community and on social media and different places, is wrong. You don't do that. And those mediums should not be used to do that. This is 2017. It's not 1966. It's not 1969. It's not 1970. It is 2017. If you are a law enforcement officer, be lawful. But in essence, we see that in 2017, they're using COINTELPRO, apparently, COINTELPRO type activity. They are harassing us, committing acts of terrorism, and also extremism, which we know to be radical police extremism and radical police terrorism. Now, many have told me, they have said to me anyways, and sometimes in those sayings they ask, what about the community? What about the violence that have been taking place in the community? Like everybody knows, in less than 24 hours, over 9 people got shot and all of those things. Here's my message. I've talked to those people, they understand. But here's my message to the community, to the mayor, and to the police department. Here's my message. When a child is in a home and they have parents, that is the law and the authority. If the parent is doing unlawful acts, the child is there in the home. If the child does unlawful acts and you deal with the child and you don't deal with the unlawful acts of the parents, of course, unlawful activity will still continue. Police are law enforcement officers. You talk about violence, but you shoot a man 12 times who's unconscious in his vehicle. There's nothing more violent than that. So if you're not going to deal with violence on all levels, then how are we going to deal with it on that level? Because you're supposed to enforce the law amongst those people and not